Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. I'm checking the sound to make sure that the sound is good. Let me be sure I can hear myself. Sound is good. Okay. So the sound is excellent. Thank you guys for joining me today. How are you all doing? All right. Let me exit this one. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you, beautiful people. How are you all doing? Wherever you're watching me from, how are you and how is your day going? Oh my goodness, Virginia. Thank you, beautiful, all the way from Netherlands. I hope your day has been nothing but good and the day has been kind enough to you. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you're well because for me, I'm being strong and I'm trying to hold it together. Thank you guys, my beautiful friends. Thank you guys, my all my friends and followers from Facebook. I salute you guys. Thank you for being here. And all my YouTube family. Thank you guys for joining me. I want to first of all appreciate all of you for your comments. I read and I reply most of them. Hopefully, I will be able to get my hands around all of them. Thank you guys for always leaving, constructive comment for me, encouraging and inspiring comment. They are very, very helpful. Thank you guys for always doing that. And thank you guys for watching my videos. Okay, my little ones are making some comic videos also. Please encourage them by sharing the videos. Okay, thank you guys as well. So the videos are on Facebook and also on their own YouTube channel, which is not here on this particular live stream. All right. How are you guys doing? I guess you guys saw my title. I'm talking about Korra Obi called out by about Nigerian election, and as well, what says you on Nigerian election? So you guys know I did two live streams on what is going on in Nigeria, the motherland, and right now is not going well. I must say, is not going well at all. At all, is not going well. But however, it's painful, very shameful, and very discouraging, demoralizing. Anything you can think of that could cause you some pain, make you shed some tears. That is what is currently going on in Nigeria. Is unfortunate that is happening with Nigerian election. However, we are going to be talking about everything going on and also why Korra cries out and why was she called out by Nigerians. All of this is what we'll be discussing today. Thank you guys for joining me. And if you're on Facebook, do me well by sharing this particular live stream on your Facebook wall. A lot of people will also come to join in the conversation. And if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Ifi Oyoyo. Thank you for being here. I do host live streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to like this video on Facebook. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to also leave me your comment. Thank you, Steven. Wow. Thank you for being here. Thank you. All right. So why was Korra called out? Korra, is from motherland Nigeria. She says that in all her introduction when she wants to talk about herself. So she's from Nigeria and she's currently she's returning back to US today. Few minutes ago, she made a video on her way back to Los Angeles. And she has been in Mexico, promoting her business, which is a music and dance and all of that. So election in Nigeria happened on Saturday. So a lot of people, were so into it because it was an election. A lot of people, was looking forward to how to salvage what is going on in Africa. Nigeria being the most populous country in Africa, So a lot of people looked up to this election. A lot of young people participated, and a lot of first-time voters in Nigeria came out en masse to participate in this election. So as that was going on, some people, Korra was doing her video and post, and then people were like calling her out that she should please forget about. That's not what they're talking about now. They're talking about Nigeria and the election. So she kind of exchange one or two comments with them, trying to get the post so we can read it out. Okay, I got the post here. So the post is on Linda Ikeji. It said, followers drag Korra Obi for posting a sexual dance during a sensitive time in Nigeria. So one nurse Coco was saying low engagement, right? I guess was making a comment on Korra's video. We are fighting for our future. Please rest. Korra now replied, rest in peace. So Ekwensu, Ekwensu means the Satan, the devil. So Korra replied again. They were busy, dragging her on social media, and the few of them that she replied, she said as if that she be the INEC employee. Okay, let me even break it down here if you don't know what is going on. So she was being dragged because she posted a video. Somebody said low engagement, that she should rest. They're talking about how to save their country, Nigeria. And then Korra replied, few people, and they came after her. And since that time, anytime she makes posts on Instagram, they come after her. She has made several videos, Korra herself, regarding the attack that they've been giving her on social media, Instagram most especially. So, and also, if you recall, we talked about her video coming out soon. The video was supposed to be, premiered today, but she kept moving the video because of what? The election that is going on. She even said it in her video this morning, her live stream, that the Toxic Love video would not be released, that she's pushing it further because of the election going on in Nigeria. It's a very sensitive time and all of that. And Korra, on her part, even while on her official trip to Mexico, was making videos telling people to go and vote, telling INEC, you better be careful and do the right thing. So I was so surprised why they were calling her out. She made not one video, she made at least 2-3 videos talking about Nigerians, young people go and vote. This time we are not smiling. INEC, you should better do the right thing. Those videos are on her Facebook page for anybody doubting her involvement. If she's trying to support her country, Nigeria, she did all of those. So when they came after her, I was like, I was even like, was it that Korra wasn't aware about the election? Then somebody sent me 3 good videos that she made encouraging people to participate in the election, and also telling INEC, this was before what we are seeing now going on with INEC. She made that video on the 27th, the day they did the election. Let me be very right with the dates, because I came prepared. Thank you guys for being here. Knee weight loss. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, Trending G's. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. All right. You guys are simply amazing. Thank you for the encouragement and everything in between. Thank you guys immensely. All right, so I'm trying to get those videos that Korra made, the date she made those videos. Okay, that's what I'm looking for now, and I will find it. All right, so let me see. All right, I got the link, but I'm trying to pull it up to see. Okay. Oh my goodness, a lot of videos have come up so far. Anyways, I'll keep looking, and once I say it, I will be able to bring us. For some reason, I'm not finding it. When you're seriously looking for something, you won't find. I was trying to get the date. So if you're a Nigerian and you live overseas, or you're in Nigeria, and election happened on Saturday, and Saturday was what's it called again? I'm trying to get the calendar. Pardon me, guys. This calendar on my okay, we're almost there. Okay, Saturday was the 25th. Okay, 25th of this month. So when she made those videos in Mexico, she was telling the youth, go out there and vote. Let's vote, that she is obedient, vote and vote massively. And then she even told INEC they should better take it, do the needful. The next day, 26, she made another video. She still talked about it. So when I read it, I said, okay, those dragging her, what would they say? And not only that, she making a video saying that she has received a lot of bad comments on her Instagram from Nigerians just because of the election, that each time she posts her a picture or video on Instagram, they will pounce on her, that she, at some point, she became afraid of even posting her videos or her pictures on Instagram because of the reaction people were giving towards her. First of all, she's an individual. Secondly, the last time I checked, election in Nigeria has not stopped any business from operating. All business, apart from Saturday, they had a lockdown. Everybody went around their businesses on Sunday. Churches open on Sunday. Yeah. And then every other person went around their businesses on Sunday and even on Monday until today. So you telling somebody because the election is going on, the person should not even post that. I don't see any sense to that. I don't see, are you coming to attack an individual about over the election? I don't see any sense in that. Let me put it this way. We know if you're a Nigerian, whether you live overseas or you live in Nigeria, we know the problem of Nigeria. The politicians are the major problem of Nigeria. They will get into these politics that they are trying to like get into by crook or chance. Anyhow they get into, they don't care. They don't care how many people they step on their toes. They don't care how many people they buy in the process. For those of my followers that don't know what buy means, to delete somebody or something. So they don't care. All they want is to get into that governance. And once they get there, they are going to siphon the public funds to their personal use and store this money for elections like this. The information making round the news, how somebody, one politician, a presidential aspirant, allegedly, gave $170 million to INEC officials. That's the information making round. You understand? It's like all of them are good. And then when you convert it to Naira, according to the video, it came to 299 billion Naira. So you see, getting this, the citizens' wish to come to pass in Nigeria is a far cry. A completely far cry. Thank you, Claudette, for joining me today. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They are just transferring yeah, that's what they are doing on Korra's video. They are transferring the aggression coming from the election or to individuals struggling to make ends meet, to put food on their tables and all of that. I think they should, do a collective, bring all their pain, some of their anger together collectively to fight the major people causing problem in Nigeria. Look at the election that we witnessed on TVs, we witnessed from media outlets in Nigeria, what they were doing. Even the police in Nigeria were involved. In some places, some people were busy, warning other people, if you're not coming in here to vote for my candidate, I'm going to make sure that you don't enter the premises. And a police officer was standing right next to the people, disturbing others from coming in. And what did the police officer do? Nothing. So it's like they bought the police officers, bought the INEC officials, everybody in their pocket, just to achieve one aim. I love what this person said this morning, the deputy and vice president aspirant of the Labour Party. I love what he said this morning in an interview. I'm gonna pull it out so that we can all take a listen together, So, all right. I'm pulling it out, so be patient with me on that. Thank you guys for joining me, all of you amazing friends and followers. I want to use this opportunity to thank Mel, Trending G's with Octavia. Thank you for encouraging me to turn on my lights to do my regular live stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Appreciate you. Honestly, I've been so downcasted. I've been so withdrawn. I've been so, to some extent, I shut down my phone because I didn't want to read anymore. I didn't want to see anymore. Oh, guys. Okay. Let me just see if I pull up that interview from the vice presidential aspirant of
Ahmed Lawan also
of
convicted go to the collation center.
okay.
When the collation center chairman is ready to review, we give him the area figures which we have tallied with the fake results given.
If you guys can hear it, let me know.
This is it. Only early this month, there was natural disaster. There was earthquake in Turkey.
In Turkey, yeah.
The president has sworn to rebuild it. Last year there was earthquake in South Africa. They are rebuilding. These are natural disasters. Human disasters are when you have one individual destroying the future of hundreds of millions. They are worse than tornadoes, most powerful tornadoes. They are worse than earthquakes. 60,000 people died in Turkey. Remember, 800,000 people were killed in Rwanda. One individual brought Somalia to its knees.
Yeah.
One individual brought Iraq, an ancient civilization, to its knees. One individual brought Libya to a sorry state. We have individuals who have amassed wealth and think they can, in the Eagle Square, disgrace citizen number 1, citizen number 2, citizen number 3, because they have millions of dollars to spend on state governors. And they will come out, hold INEC, control INEC, control the security, control the judiciary. That is why they are telling you go to court.
Yeah.
People are afraid to mention courts in civilized societies.
You can imagine.
The moment you mention court, you say, okay, what do you want?
Absolutely.
That is the truth of the matter.
All right, guys. So you guys heard him try to analyze what is going on right now. It's unfortunate that the people that voted, especially the young ones and the first-time voters, young people came out in mass to vote for their candidate. And what they are doing right now, from what we saw in the news, any Nigerian news you click, you will see those videos. Reporters were there asking questions. Even they interviewed a commissioner of police of Kano State over underage voting, where they saw a 7 or 5-year-old boy holding a PVC, which is the card that you need to vote with. Tell me, it's supposed to be 18 years of age, legal age to vote. But a young boy, younger than 7, was seen with PVC. What did the commissioner of police say in Kano State? He said maybe their growth was disturbed because of lack of, or maybe lack of food, or what is it called? I can't even remember before I cut my lack of growth or lack of food or deficiency. I can't even remember the exact word used by the commissioner of police in Kano State. So you can't be able to say that this person is below 18 or not. Imagine a commissioner of police. So what this vice president aspirant is saying is actually 100% correct. If a commissioner of police in Kano State can tell you that they cannot differentiate between a child and an adult, it becomes a problem. That means he has an authority he's obeying. He cannot use his eyes to see or even make arrests or find out who registered these people, which polling unit, where did they get this PVC from? Zilch. We saw in Rivers State where a police vehicle was used to cut away with ballot boxes. Which one will I even mention? What is it, Lagos State? Right now, instead of using the BVA machine that they acquired with so much money to be able to transmit these votes electronically, they are using hand and Tipex. Tipex, you know, the correcting white fluid to cover the real number they counted at the polling unit where people were there. Use Tipex to Tipex it and write a number for their favorite candidate. So you can understand the level of pain that most people that came out to vote for this election, hoping to save the soul of Nigeria, are going through. And for Nigerians in diaspora, they are unable to participate because they live overseas. They are seeing these things. They are seeing all of this. So you tell me tomorrow there is a free and fair election. That is totally anyway. Stephen, you're so right. You're so right. Thank you for being here. Honestly, politicians tell people what they want to hear. Then when elected and in power, they do what? They do what they want, get rich. That is what is happening. That some people, they swore even with their great parents' grave that they must be president of Nigeria. It's such a pathetic situation. It's such a sorry state. And I'm sorry to say there is nothing right now to be proud of in that country. From the presidency to the judiciary to the executive, all of them, they have no respect of the rule of law. They have no respect of anything in that country. It is what it is. And the irony of the whole thing is that they come overseas, they see how things work, how functional their government is. They see everything working so well for the citizens, for the rich, the middle class, and the poor. Everybody benefiting from what the government of the Western civilization is offering. But they will just come here, instead of them to learn and to better Nigeria. The moment they enter aeroplane, their private jets to go return back to Nigeria, they drop everything they have learned and go back to the status quo of what? Stealing and bribery and corruption. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So for those calling out Korra Obi, please understand that the girl is trying to keep her relevance going on. She has a music that she wants to release. Don't think because election is going on, every other person's life should take a pause. No, life goes on, life continue, because you know what, the last time I checked, even if you drop dead tomorrow, nobody in that country called Nigeria will even remember 1 minute of silence. That is just it. So people trying to drag her up and down should stop. Nikki, thank you for being here. Nikki, thank you, beautiful. Thank you for being here. They are all the same. Absolutely. They are all the same. So we've been seeing everything. Now they are using it manually to tell us election votes, manually, where they have a machine that they bought with billions of naira. But now they've gone back to, they resorted to using their pen and paper to enter and votes. You can understand the manipulation going on. You can understand what they are doing. Channels Television is reporting it. A lot of people on social media are reporting it. When you read all of those, you just feel so sorry for that country called Nigeria. You feel so sorry for Nigeria. I made a video, would Nigeria ever get it right? That was my last live stream. You can see what is going on now. I don't think they are ready to get it right. I don't think so. With what is going on now, from the INEC chairman to the state INEC officials to even the youth copper, the one that really pained me so much were the youth coppers. Because of the present money they are giving you, you forget about your future. That the moment this election is done and dusted, everybody goes back to their various homes. Guess what, copper? You're not going to find a job. That is fact. And it's checked 100%. The money you collected from all the politicians this period of time, you will enjoy it maybe 1 week, at most 2, and it's all over. You finish from your NYSC, there is no job for you in Nigeria. Then you start looking for where to jackpot. Where are you jackpotting to? When the opportunity came for you to save your dear country and you could not put in your best, you could not, because of the present game. What happened to your future game? Because of maybe $1,000, 50,000 naira, 90,000, like somebody is claiming they paid all those celebrities 90,000 naira to be influencing. You sell your future. So for the next 8 years, you're going to mortgage your future. And by the time you walk the streets of Lagos, Abuja, Enugu, Port Harcourt, Imo State looking for a job, I tell you, you cry. You will cry. If I weep, you will not remember where your problem is coming from. Your problem is coming from that February 25th, when you sold your conscience to the bidders. that their intention is to destroy Nigeria. It's up to you guys, honestly. All right, Steven said, I don't see anyone else in the chat. Something wrong on the, oh, let me see. Something wrong on my end. Okay. Maybe you need to go out and come back in, because I love your contribution. Thank you, guys. People should not give up at all. Trending GT is still optimistic. Hopefully, um, make them jack back. Hello. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Hi. Thank you for being here. One day abroad go fling everybody back home. Honestly. Hi, Tony. Thank you for being here. Hi, Okon Frank. Thank you for being. I feel very bad for Nigeria right now. I know. Honestly, everybody that I've heard from, everybody that I spoke with since Saturday, both home and abroad, nobody's feeling well, because people had so much hope in this election. The only reason why they don't want P2B is because they call him Mr. Stingy. Why are you saying a public officer is a stingy man? Because he will not give them opportunity to do what to siphon government funds, taxpayers' money. That's why they don't want him. Okay, that's why they call him Mr. Stingy. I think you will be thinking that by now everybody will be so eager on seeing Nigeria work. But I don't see that right now, that they want Nigeria to work. I don't see that. I don't feel it. I don't feel they want the country to work. I don't. And it's so sad. And the next thing, they start looking for countries that will give them aids and help them on how to solve their problem. When God gave you the opportunity for you to solve your problem by yourself, you're waiting for God to come down from heaven to do the solving. No. You guys. Hi, K Business Podcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you. God cannot come down from heaven. He has, and I was on Saturday when I was doing the live stream, I was calling people out. If you haven't voted, make sure you vote. For those polling units that we are not open, go back there and vote and all of that. For the first time, a lot of young people in Nigeria participated in the election. They came out to vote. They have highest recording number of first-time voters in this election. These people came, some of them were bullied, some of them were beaten, a lot of things, were done to them, but they stood there until they casted their vote. Some of them even stood there after running back. They came back again because they came and distracted some a polling unit. They came back again. They made sure they voted. They counted the vote. They know the number they got from their polling unit. But guess what? The number they are calling in INEC is entirely different from what people have on their phones. Anyway, Choice TV, thank you, sis. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Paul, for joining me. Please, my queen, I was expecting Korra to do a write-up to celebrate her daughter's birthday. So disappointed. Yeah, she did. She did. She wrote on Instagram about the birthday. Yeah, don't be disappointed. She wrote on Instagram about the birthday and all of that. And I want to believe she must have said something about it on Facebook. The thing with Korra, I can't catch up with Korra because she goes live at all times, maybe 3 times in a day. So I can't catch up on all her videos. But I saw the one she wrote on Instagram, remembering her journey and the arrival of her baby. I saw that. And like she said that she's so, that she even so afraid of posting anything on Instagram because of the way Nigerians were coming after her. So maybe that's another discouragement, but it is what it is. They were calling her out because of her posting her videos, posting her pictures, and they were telling her to stop posting, that this is an election period. They want to save Nigeria. For the fact they want to save Nigeria should stop people from doing their businesses, stop people from going to school. And a lot of people went to church and nobody stopped them from going to church. So I think that was rather too harsh on her. She's not the cause of the problem. They should be calling those that bought the election, those that bribed the electoral officers. They should be calling them out at this time, not individuals. Okay, I know they follow her for it too, but Facebook is not okay. There is nothing on Facebook. Yeah, I don't know about if she did anything on Facebook. I don't know. Thank you, Onya Samuel, for being here. Thank you. I am not expecting her to post a picture of the baby, but a write up for her fans. Yeah, she did a write up. It wasn't a picture she posted. She posted her own picture with the pregnancy of the child. That's what she posted. She posted her picture, her pregnant picture. Let me see if you can find it. This was what she posted, her pregnant picture, and that she wrote, "As your day arrives, Athena, my heart keeps time like a meter. I can't help but sit back and remember the vent that plugged the time you did enter. You brought me wisdom to fight the war. Was weak, but your smile inspired for more. Your lips sucked my aching blossoms like a rose. Your gentle soul kind slowly blossomed. My foodie with the little heart, so jolly. Kamsi Yochuku, as per grandpa's calling, my treasure, my laughter, my girl, born in Cali, Anita, Uma Mama, my one and only. Till death, I will forever be grateful for the strength that you gave me. A trunk full like a panda, you are mixed biracial. That yin and yang, so incredible. Happy birthday." That's what she wished her daughter. She wrote a very nice piece for her daughter. You know, it was the period of pain for her. You know, the birth of the child was when her husband called her out on social media. So she wrote so well. I love what she wrote. It was very, very appropriate for the birthday wish. And I really enjoy reading that. All right, K Business said, laugh out loud. How can you stop someone from posting? Honestly, Nigerians, they know they smile at her. The girl say she they fear to post on Instagram because the moment she posts out something, they will come after her. I beg, madam, this is not what we are talking about right now. We can always come back on internet to look at your shaky bombs. You understand? What we are talking about is how to save Nigeria. To the point that Linda AKG carried the story, you know. So that was what and how they've been dealing with Korra. Oh, you're in Nigeria and the vex. I know Nigerians are vexing, but the vex should be they should direct that anger to the right people, okay, to the right source. Celebrities are collecting woto woto. I saw it honestly. I was like, these people, that energy, they should use the. And there was one I saw on Facebook that brought me to tears. Let me see if I will show you guys here. I saw it on Nikki's page, Nikki Ugom on Facebook. I was like, I was weeping while listening to it. I was really, really crying when I saw it. And that's what I expected. If you are a very calm person, those are the kind of things you can get involved. And if you're the likes that like to give woto woto. So here, Nigerians gathered under the bridge. I don't know which bridge that, you know, which state. They gathered calling on God to come and help them at this time. Nigerians, young Nigerians, they gathered together in prayer, in praise, calling God to help them. So let's be very, very tactical in how we attack people. Attacking individuals will not solve problems. They are giving water to celebrities. It will not solve the problem. I saw of a young campaigner that said they were staging Occupy INEC office and calling on the other people to go and occupy other INEC. Those are the constructive things people should be doing, not battle of words with fellow individual, is fellow citizen. It will not change anything. Do something that will bring a change, not something that will drain your energy. Something that will bring a change. Rally together with your folks, with your community, present your case the way that the world will see and hear you. That's a better option than going on individual pages to tell them to stop businesses because of what. No. You know, since Saturday, and on a personal note, on Sunday I wasn't able to stand on my feet to cook, you know, Sunday rice for my family. I did not cook a thing on Sunday. I was really so disturbed about this election. I said, you think by now they will know what to do? You think by now they are getting it right? But no, they are not ready to get it right. They are not even planning. They are not even making attempts. That's even what is most painful, because The police people that were snatching boxes, by now they should have tried them quickly, because they're saying they're going to do investigation. We all know how those investigations will end up. The people they saw on camera doing the most on that election day, how many of them have you heard been arrested and tried? Because people, the young folks, they need action. They want to see results. There is no point dragging things. They want to see results. At least by the time they use one person to set an example, others will start following. All right, me and Toy in okay, Toyin and Eniola don't fight tire. I saw that one, Choice. I saw that one. I was laughing. But she said, how about Yabo? How about Yabo? Yabo was fighting them back to back. She didn't even take any nonsense. She went on live on Instagram and was saying her peace of mind, reason why she made the choice of the person she was speaking for. And I really, really love that lady for being objective and not being tribalistic at this time. Objective reasons why she supported who she supported, and she's standing by it. But people in Nigeria, they can never be objective in things. Rather, they will see that A is wrong. They want to go with that A because A is from their tribe. They are not even doing otherwise. I will tell you, one of the things that shocked me the most about this election was Lagos State. Lagos State election shocked me beyond anything that happened this election. How a stranger, a person with no structure whatsoever, we've not heard about Labour Party as a strong party in Nigeria. Is it that PDP or APC? But Labour Party came from nowhere. And also a son of Igbo man, an Igbo man, let me put it that way, came and then won the state of Lagos. That should make people understand that young folks are not smiling. They don't care. The young people are beginning to wake up to reality. I would rather choose justice than being tribalistic. I would rather choose where I know we'll have quality leadership than being tribalistic. That is what we saw in Lagos State. Anna Bai, thank you for joining me today. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. God has done his own. Our country is in our hands. You can say that again, Choice. You can say that again. And that was why. Okay, guys, I need to take this call real quick. Very, very. Sorry, guys, I needed to take that call. It was very important. My queen listening at the background want to put my baby to sleep. All right, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation today, Choice TV. I really appreciate that. Estelle family, sorry, how did I miss you? Thank you for being here. Thank you, Paul. I think leading a peaceful protest to INEC office. Yeah, that's what they are doing now. The people in Abuja did that today. So hopefully other people from other states will join them. Going to fight people on their Instagrams will not bring any results, honest, because the people you're fighting for, they are not part of the government. They are not the people that the politicians. We should be able to be constructive on how to win this what is going on, okay? We should be very constructive on how to win. All right. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you for your contribution so far on this live stream. So I'm saying they called Korra Obi out because she posted a picture of her. They said they don't want to see this sexual picture. At this time, they're trying to save the country, Nigeria. And then she tried to reply. She was going back and forth with them as if she be an INEC employee and all of that. But this lady on her own part made some video. And if you really check, most of those people calling her out, we are not just calling her out because of election, because those people never even campaigned. Those people never even vote. Some of them did not vote. Some of them were just at the background trying to, because this is what is raining, I want to drag this person. It's not going to yield any result. The things that make change or bring change to a situation, sign a petition, go to change.gov and change. Oh, change what was it? Not .gov. Change.gro, whatever organization. Yeah. Go to change dot. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's .com. I'm not sure it's .com. Start up a petition. Circulate your petition. Move it on online. A lot of people will vote. Do something that will yield result rather than being petty on social media, trying to pull another person down because you're feeling hot. We are all feeling bad at this period. Nobody is overly so happy about what is happening with the Nigerian election. Unless if you don't wish your motherland well, that's when you'll be overly happy. The world is watching. I really pray that if they mess it up this round, that the international organization will come with sanction. Yeah, honestly, cut them off. I'm too tired and I'm sick. I'm tired. I'm about all this help. Cut them off if they don't do the right thing. The international organization can do that. Come with serious sanction upon sanction upon sanction upon sanction. I know the masses are definitely going to suffer, but this is the time for people to start strategizing on what to do. This is the time for you to wake up from your slumber. Stop fighting Korra Obi or fighting other celebrities. Think about how you can survive in case anything gets bad. That's what you should be thinking about now. Do you have a skill that can sustain you if there is any hardship coming to Nigeria? Do you have anything you can feed on? Because the last time I checked, the employment index is still down the hill. It hasn't started coming up. And all those youth coppers that collected few thousands for this election and they sold their conscience. I tell you guys, when you finish this NYSC thing you're doing, you're coming out to join the queue of those seeking for employment because there is no job. And if at all there is job or any opening at all, those people that you help to put in the position will bring their son to be the head, their nephew, their nieces, their cousins. They will never remember that it was your sweat and you sold your own conscience to put them there. No, they won't remember it. But the time is coming. There is this thing they call karma. Is going to get to everybody that participated in a very bad way on this particular election. God is watching. International organizations are watching. The world is watching Nigeria to see what they're going to make out of themselves. So let's keep our fingers crossed that things go right. If not, it's going to be disaster coming. We don't pray for that. Hopefully, you'll not get to that. Paul said, thank God international observers, they waiting with they suffer for. See, the international observers, Paul, let me even answer you here. I am so disappointed with the Commonwealth, the African Union. I am absolutely, and when I mean more than a million times disappointed about the report they wrote. They said it was free and fair election from what they saw. What did they see that we watched those things with them? Were they in their hotel rooms when they came, the African Union people sleeping, that they saw it was free and fair? I need to know what they saw. Because Arise TV was reporting, Channels TV was reporting, AIT was reporting. So what did they see different from what we saw to have made them write such a report about the election? I need to know if there is any other thing that happened that we did not see, because I totally disagree with that their report. It's absolutely nonsense, as though they also bought them like they bought the electoral officials. Let me stop before I go off the track. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you for being here. Joy said, both party win 12 states, Labour Party 12 states, PDP 12 states, APC 12 states, NPP 1 state. So 12, 12, 12 is what? 24, 32? No, 24, 36, right? Yeah, 20. Joy, where are you getting your own result? They've not finished counting now, have they? Have they finished? Have they finished? Please tell me in the comment section that they got 12, 12 states. See, at the end of the day, if they all got 12, 12 states, they are going to start doing the issue of 25% from each state to see who won. But I tell you, this is absolutely pathetic election, result collation, everything you can think about it. There is no will. There is not the will of the citizens. Let me put it that way. Yes, so Vicky, what is free and fair? I tell you, Vicky, I read the African Union, their own observation. I was like, maybe this money that is flying up and down Maybe they also rubbed off on those people, no? Those African Union. Maybe they, I think it was led by Tamon Mbeki of South Africa. Yeah. I was like, so if these people are saying that it was free and fair, then what do you expect the European Union to say? What do you expect American observers to say? If the likes of African Union are saying, I'm looking for that I don't want to murder his name, please. The former president of South Africa. I'm looking for his what they said about the election. I think he's the one that represented the African Union. If I can't find it, so be it. All right. At this point, I cannot find it, but it's on Linda KG, it's on Punch News Nigeria. That's where you see that particular report by African Union. Even President Obasanjo, ex-President Obasanjo came out with his own statement calling on INEC to do the needful. But the African Union said it was free and fair. So, boy, Nigeria. Maybe they don't buy those ones, put for their pocket too. I don't know. Thank you so much, Mel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This election collation of results was not fair. A lot of people voted for Obi, so I wonder what they are saying. I really don't know what they are saying, honestly. I really wish I can understand what those people are saying, but unfortunately, I can't understand it at all. It is what it is. It is so sad to say the least. It is so sad to say the least, but they said in all things we should continue to thank God. This particular election was, I would say, rather too painful for me because you will expect Nigeria by now that everybody will be in sync on how to save the soul of the nation, but obviously they're still in sync on how to save their stomach because the stomach infrastructure that they are doing in Nigeria and is affecting everybody. How can one person hold a country to ransom? How? How can it be one person? Guys, I'm trying to pull up more information so that we can be getting it from the online as well. So that's what I'm trying to do here, to pull more information up. So give me a second. I'll be reading your comments soon. How can one person hold a country at ransom? One person, because you got money. Money that you acquired from being in government. Oh, I don't see any hope for that country. God help me to believe there is. I don't see any. I don't. It's unfortunate that I don't, but that's how I feel. I don't see any hope. I don't. If anybody see any hope, please let me know because I need that strength. I need that strength right now. I really do. I need that strength. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you guys for being here. It's really very painful. I don't see any hope either. Oh, I thought I was the only one. I don't see any hope about Nigeria. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's very painful. It's very shameful. Right now, I don't feel proud to say I'm from Nigeria. I don't feel proud to say because if you see how election is done in the US, you respect. They might say all the nonsense they're saying during campaign and all of that. They might say whatever it's, word fight and all of that. But when you want to go and vote is entirely different. Any link today? Okay. Okay, let me drop the link. There is no energy. It's because I've kept this time. So instead of being idle and getting mad over what you're seeing on the internet, I just encourage myself and also my beautiful sister, Mel Fitness, Trending G's, encouraged me to go live. So my link is down, okay? In case you want to add your 2 cents, please don't fail, to join in the conversation. Thank you, Kay.
What's up, Yo?
I'm not fine, honestly. I won't pretend. I'm not
it's
good.
it's crazy because first I wanted to say the thing about Korra. I saw the video where people were, going off on her like, what about Nigeria election? What's that got to do with anything? Like,
Ask me.
what is you low IQ people comment asking a person on social media that the election is going on, why is she doing this type of video? Who cares? Do you think the world will stop because Nigeria is doing election? Do you think celebrities are supposed to stop what they're doing because of election? No, they can. That's their life. They can do whatever they want to do on social media. That's how she eats. She what political affiliation does she have? What
None.
effect? What effect is she gonna do in Nigeria that you haven't heard? You write in a comment session to stop. Fine, most of us, some of us are not really Korra fans like that. But what's that got to do with Nigerian politics? She's not running for office. She was never a politician. So what is your beef? What is your argument on that? That's my first thing. My second thing, you said there's no hope for Nigeria, and I agree with you. I live, we both live in America. We can go to the polling place. You're not gonna find what I saw on video where people were disrupting the day, where
Yeah.
people were fighting and shooting and all that stuff, stabbing one another. You're not gonna see that at any poll place.
Absolutely.
Whoever I vote for is my business.
Thank
I'm
you.
seeing videos telling people, "Oh, explain yourself. Who did you vote for? Who cares? If I voted for Trump, I voted for Trump. If I voted for Biden, I voted for Biden. That's my business. It's your right to vote." Right? They even like this country is so organized. When you go there, they even giving you little stamps, little
To put on your
stickers to put on your
stickers.
shirt. Right? People, I mean, they're long lines. You don't see people jumping from the back of the line to the front of the line, starting
Yeah.
problems. There's no police. You can't even see one or two police officers even standing there.
Not even one. I didn't see any.
Like during the last election, two people were wearing Trump hats, the "Make America Great Again," and they got in line. Nobody said anything to them. Nobody said a word. Everybody minded their business, voted. Then we have the politicians who would get in. Fine, they all gonna say XYZ during the campaign, and when they get in, they might not do a word. But I can definitely see the progress in my city. Roads are being fixed. There's food vouchers for people who don't have food. The medical system, health system is good. The school system is working. They're all not perfect, but at least we have great quality of life here.
Yes.
Fine, the food might be processed. Fine, there might be gunshots. Fine, there might be crime. There might be all this stuff. But at least you have 24-hour electricity. You don't pay your bill, they cut it off. Fine, you don't have the money. You can always go out there and find somebody that will give you money to pay your bills if you're struggling, if you've lost your job.
Yeah, the government will help you to pay your electricity bills if you don't have income.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
That's a functional state.
You lose your job. You can file if they fire you. They just lay you off. You can go file an employment, and they will give you like a stipend every single month. But you go back to where we from. There's no quality of life. I seen this young girl saying there's no health system, no good school system, no transportation system. You go to immediately you get to the airport, you already see the corruption there.
Yeah.
Immediately once you land.
Yeah.
And I told a American friend of mine, I said, once you get to Nigeria, the moment you about to get your bags, you're gonna see the corruption. And not even a minute late, they were already trying to get something out of him. I can't blame those people because there's no jobs. They're not being paid. I have cousins that are in Nigeria right now. They finished school for years. No job. If not for their families overseas, some people don't even know how they're going to get their next meal.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Sure.
What do you have to say about this youth corpers being used for this election? And they were the ones changing the numbers in some of the videos we saw.
Oh, I didn't see that. You mean changing the election results?
Yes.
I mean, it just shows you what type of mindset people in Nigeria have. And here's the thing, like, I love being Nigerian because we have great culture. It doesn't matter if you're Igbo, Yoruba, whatever it is. We have great culture. But the thing is, Nigerians, I've seen Nigerians come here to America and bring that same mindset here.
Yes.
You start a group home, right? A group home business. You're making millions. Instead of you to hire the right people in place, you don't. You start doing crazy stuff and they shut you down. I work with a government where I'm seeing Nigerian, when every time an agency is about to shut down, we get email notice that this agency is going to get shut down. And when we look at the name who owns the agency, it's a Nigerian. And when you look at the cost and the reason, you're surprised, like, this thing could be a simple fix. You bring your same mindset from Nigeria, you bring it here. You're making millions in your industry that your children would never have to suffer, where you can pay for your children to go to private school and college. But because you brought that Nigerian mindset, how can you be an agency you don't pay overtime? You don't pay overtime. You don't have benefits. You have 200 employees. About 150 of them are Africans or Nigerians. You don't have paid time off. You don't have sick time, leave time, health insurance, retirement. And you make 15 million to 20 million a year.
Yeah.
And they bring the same mindset here too. It's the same thing. Like, sometimes you're just like, man, it's everywhere. And
it's everywhere, honestly.
Did you hear about the Florida nursing school?
Yeah. Was it? Oh, wait. No, they were in Texas.
In Texas, yeah. It started in Florida. They arrested about 30 Nigerians in Texas. They've just hit Texas. There's still other states they still got to go to. There's still Maryland. A lot of nurses come from Maryland too.
Yeah.
So, and they're mostly Nigerians. And you're like, oh my goodness.
I saw the name. I was like,
now they're going to change it. You know how many laws and policies in the industry I work in? They changed the policy for the group homes, how to get into group home business. They changed it because of Nigerians. Now you have to clock in. You have to clock in. Before you didn't clock in. You just built them. Now you clock in the system. It's because,
sincerely speaking, I would prefer they do, because somebody was telling me from California, she works in home care, and the supervisor there is a Nigerian. There are two people, they don't even show up, but they collect salary every month. Someone signs them in. You now ask yourself, you come to a very civilized country like this. Is it that you get education to better yourself and fit in, or you continue to do this Egunje kind of style? And that means you're importing that Nigerian stupidity in the US.
I'm telling you.
And one day you think, I like one thing FBI does. They will just give you the loophole. Just keep doing until your time comes.
They wait for 4 years. Oh, yeah. They give you time to hang yourself. One day I was in a meeting. I work for this Nigerian company. I was in a meeting here in America. I was in a meeting. I was a deputy director. There's this Nigerian guy that just came from Nigeria. When he came, he started to do The Boy Is Good, Madam, yes, Madam. It was owned by a Nigerian woman. Madam this, Madam that. They pushed him up to program director of the whole place.
Wow.
Within 6 months, because he was he's doing that Nigerian style. So they promoted him. So one day he said, the QA person said, there are people that haven't completed some trainings here. And he immediately said, if they don't complete those trainings, we'll hold all their paychecks. And I said, no. I said, you do not hold people's paychecks. I said, number one, they were here. Once they arrive at the place they're supposed to work, and they work those 8 hours and work 40 hours, you give them their paycheck.
Correct.
If they do not complete those trainings, you take them off schedule. I said, because if you take their paychecks, guess what? That $800 you want to pay, you're going to eventually pay $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 more in lawsuits.
Yeah.
A lot of Nigerian agencies have got in trouble in America because they want to hold people's paychecks. They want to fire people. They haven't wrote people up. They let people go. People come back and sue them, and they win. This company I work for was taken to court because they didn't pay overtime. People were working 150 hours, 200 hours every pay period. They were not being paid overtime.
Wow.
And they took them to federal court, and the company lost, and they had to pay out all the money they owe 30 people. And it was a Nigerian of the same culture that even ratted them in, that even told. It's a labor law. And I see it all the time in everything with Nigerian companies here. They have the same behavior they do back home. And I'm just like, come on, man.
Ooh,
So I'm not surprised when this happened. Even in the church too, it happens in the church. They bring the same Nigerian mentality into the church. They
yeah.
bring the same thing.
Hmm.
And you watch this stuff going on and you're like, can people just vote in peace?
I know.
I want a Chief Obi. I'm Yoruba. I said Chief Obi. I want I want Peter Obi to win. You know, even though I'm not gonna vote, but I like what he's saying. Most of the people love them. But what I'm seeing now is like, wow. So you guys are gonna rig this thing. So
I
you're gonna
tell
vote
you,
for a
with
man that could barely
impunity.
move.
Yeah.
Your mindset. Where's your mindset? Where's the future of Nigeria? Are they even so
Look at
invested
what
into the
Sharon
future?
said. Look at what Sharon said here. He said,
Okay.
this election issues going on in Nigeria right now gave me the final conviction that Nigeria still has 30 years to go before it can become
Mm-hmm.
and be called a democratic country. 30 more
Correct.
years. You see her own understanding. That Nigeria is no, there is no saving right now.
Hell no. No
There is no
savings, yo
saving.
yo.
No.
I mean,
Sometimes I was, when the Jerry Lawrence of Ghana, when he became president, what he did a lot of cleansing of all those
mm-hmm,
bad politicians. He did serious cleansing in Ghana. Look at
mm-hmm,
how Ghana is. When I was in Nigeria, I went for a training in Ghana, and the first thing, we were like group of seven of us from the same industry. So
mm-hmm,
we now said, okay, we didn't see, litters on the streets of Ghana. We said, okay, maybe they took us to the bougie area. Let's go to
mm-hmm,
the market area so we can see for ourselves. When we went to the market area in Accra, we did not see dirt. I was like,
mm.
we went to the beach. We did not see any litter, even in their beaches. So everybody kept quiet. Nobody said a word because we were so shocked and we didn't believe what we saw. So by the time after taking the moment of silence to mourn our country and what is going on in the country, we
Mm-hmm.
now started like, wait, oh, didn't we just finish from the market? Did you see anything? We were asking ourselves again. By the time we finished, we realized that we have a very long way to go in Nigeria.
Oh yeah, long way.
The problem
Long
is not
way.
just the politicians, everybody.
Everybody
If
gotta
you
change
want
their
to do
mindset.
the proper cleaning, they should start from 3 years of age
Mm-hmm.
to make them understand what patriotism is all about. Teach them to love this place you call my country. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a national cake when you're elected into office, you want to embezzle funds.
That's what some of them, that's their mindset. Even you have people over here, they will say, I'm going to Nigeria to run for office. They go to Nigeria, run for office, they get in, then they run back to America and say, whew, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, it
Because some
happened.
of them some people actually want to go there and try to implement some American systems over there. And when they get there, they see some pushback from the old dogs that
Yes,
say, no, you're not going to come here and change the way we do things.
absolutely.
So nothing is going to change, and people are just always going to find a way to leave Nigeria to come to America. Come to America or
Honestly,
the
the way
UK or
I'm seeing
wherever.
this thing, yeah, the way I'm saying it, by the time they are done with the whole election and the youths are not satisfied with their vote because they are feeling disenfranchised in the sense
Of
that the
course.
vote they casted is not what they are seeing. Some areas where they had about 70 votes, at the end of the day, they're now 700. So how did you manufacture the 700 people?
It's
So
insane.
a lot of things going on. The
Hmm.
manipulation is so huge that they are not even covering it a little bit. They're not even doing it behind closed doors.
They're doing it
It's
in your
just on
face.
your
Yeah.
face.
Have you seen Rwanda? Have you seen
I
what
know
Rwanda has done?
now,
Especially
right?
with especially with what Rwanda went through. They have
Mhm.
they have fixed their whole country. Like
You
you
know
need
what started it? When the new president came, they realized it was tribe that started the war, and
mhm,
tribe divided them. So trying to like make the citizen understand, I am a Rwandan first
mhm.
before you now call me the tribe I'm coming
The
from.
tribe, yeah.
You can't say I'm a Hutu or I'm a Tutsi. No,
Tutsi.
there is
Hmm.
no Tutsi, there is no Hutu. I am a
We are
Rwandan.
Rwandans. Yeah.
So everybody went with it. I am a Rwandan. And for that reason, they united. their country, I think, is now the best developing country in Africa.
Yeah.
The one after
I
fighting
saw
the
their
war.
roads. I saw the city. They now go into a energy something.
Yeah,
They
second.
have really improved what what Rwanda. They've really made some adjustments. And the thing is, the
Serious adjustment.
people have to buy in, right? People have to buy in. The citizens bought in, and they meant business. They bought in, and they were able to go along with the change. Politicians can't make the change alone. People have to also buy in and assist the politicians. Like over here in my city I live, we have council meetings, right? They have public hearings. The
Yeah.
citizens will, like, if apartment, let's say an apartment complex wants to build an apartment complex, they'll have a public hearing, and the citizens will come in. We do not want this apartment complex in here because that will bring crime. That will
Yeah.
bring this. Those white people will get up. They will
I hear
defend
that all the
they will
time.
defend their little city that we live in, because every small jurisdiction in Nigeria gotta step up to the plate. It's not every time you become governor or whatever, you just eat everything and don't even fix the roads and don't fix the hospitals. The quality of life is important. If you don't fix the quality of life in your jurisdiction, in your city or your state, you are gonna see armed robberies, theft, kidnappings. You're gonna see all this stuff.
Absolutely. But what would you say? Because from what I saw in this election, I felt the youth came out to vote. I felt the masses, so most of them were tired of what is going on in Nigeria. So they want change. They want to see if a P2B comes in, let's see how we can make change. So from what you're saying, they bought in into that policy. We want to see a new Nigeria. But look at what is happening right now. You understand? It's going to discourage a lot of youth, especially the first time believers, that there is a possibility for a new Nigeria. So what do you say about that?
The youths, I think the youths, they were taken, they have been pushed aside, right? Now I'm gonna use this prime example. When I used to go to an old church before, the youths, they wasn't really pushing the youths. They didn't really focus on the youths. Eventually, in some years, guess what? I'm not with the church anymore. But eventually, guess what happened to all the youths? They were not in they were not in the church anymore. All the youth in the church have gone. I go to a church now, right? They focus on the youths because the youth has a young person might have ripped pants, might have two earrings. A boy might wear two earrings. They won't say don't come to church because of that. No, it's so youth oriented that they allow youth to have their own church upstairs. Right? They can set up their own way they want to do things. They have different age groups for different youths. They have youths do the preaching. They have youths do multiple things. They make it a youthful church. If Nigeria do not focus on the youths will leave, and that church will just become a disaster. I mean, that country will become nothing, become worthless. You have
They
to focus
already
on the
live in
youth.
K. They already live in. But let me welcome
Yeah, I know.
Trending Gist.
Yeah.
Trending Gist with Octavia. Thank you for joining me today. Beautiful. Thank you for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, host. Thank you very much for having me. Hello, hello. The brother with the break table.
Call me troublemaker, man.
And they try make am push small, small as na Naija problem we dey discuss today.
I know we're not talking about Korra today, right?
Yeah.
They just
Honestly,
need to leave. They just need to leave Korra alone,
they
right?
need to leave the girl alone. If you see how they are
I
dragging
saw.
this,
Did you see the other thing where they're calling her a scammer? Where they said she scammed somebody?
I can't catch up with the videos. I can't.
Oh, okay, you need to go see the one from I think Sunday or Monday
Are
where they
you
said she
kidding me?
scammed somebody.
Oh my goodness. They should let this girl, lady be. They should just leave her alone. She's not the problem of Nigeria. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul said we really, I believe you want to say we really need the kind of Jerry Lawrence of Ghana kind of cleansing here in Nigerian government, starting from the federal down to the local government and the old corrupt politicians. Yes, that is
Yeah.
so true. So trending gist. I know you tried to report the results this morning. My morning, I know is already your night. I was listening and I've been so, I don't want to use that word because that's what I'm trying to pull out from My husband tried to talk me out of being anxious, being feeling down because of this election. So, what do you have to say about this election, trending gist?
Host, same thing that I said before the election started. I said a lot of people are misunderstanding what this thing is all about, and people are going to be disappointed. And people say, what do you think? Do you think Peter Obi will not win? I said, me, I'm going into this with 50-50. Not because I don't think he's capable, but because I know where we come from. There's this saying that Nollywood used to say. We might see it as a joke, but that proverb is really correct and perfect for this example. When they say, remove the hand of the monkey from the pot of soup before it becomes a human hand. Our own situation, it has gone beyond a monkey's hand turning into a human hand. Now it's now like the hands of a cyclops. It's so massive that you just cannot wake up one day and get rid of these people. And first of all, until we understand that our problem is not only internal, a lot of times we focus in saying, oh, our this, our that, our this, because we are not seeing those people, the likes of the United Kingdom, the likes of the US and the other European countries, that they are always there, knowing fully well that a country like Nigeria is, if Nigeria ever gets it right, every other African country will follow suit. We saw the good example with Gaddafi. Till today, some of our people still think that Gaddafi was a bad person. Gaddafi was fighting for Africa, but who are the people that killed him? So until we understand that our problem is not only coming from our politicians, we also have external people fighting us, we will never get it right. So nobody should think that this is a change that will come in a twinkle of an eye. So that's what I'm saying. For everybody that really is patriotic, for everybody that thinks that this that we're doing right now is the right thing, don't give up. Don't feel downcast. Don't feel as if they've won, because
trending gist.
Yeah.
See, I know where you're going to, but I will tell you, my faith is so thin when it comes to Nigerian affairs. When I mean thin, as in very thin. But before I continue, I want to read something. Sharon, thank you so much for your input today. You've been very, 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 active on the chat. She said, Auntie Oyoyo, your guest says something very important. Nigerian politics are not the I guess it's maybe Nigerian. Okay. Nigerian politics are not the Nigerian major problem, but Nigerians are the biggest problem to Nigeria. If I start to speak what I have experienced with my co-Nigerian people here in Italy, oh my God. Sharon, I wanted to do a live stream separate on this topic, how Nigerians are actually the problem, because what you're just saying now, somebody spoke with me on Friday, telling me what a not one person, no, she's been having this series of problems. She's an Igbo woman, her fellow Igbo people, Yoruba people that worked in what they do to each other. I mean, Nigerians, you understand?
I'm telling you.
It's not just this tribe. It's cut across
all of them.
Mm-hmm. So I might be doing a live stream separate on that, Sharon. If I'm gonna do, I'll put a notice on Facebook so that you can also come in and participate on that live stream, because we need to start talking about this thing. Okay, let me say something here before trending gist will continue. Okay, in the US here, before you give a document for someone to sign, especially place of work, you need to make sure the person reads to understand the document before the person signs.
Correct.
But this man came, because he's a supervisor in a group home, he came and gave a document to an employee there and then tried to explain the whole thing. The lady said, no, I have to read it before I sign. I said, no, you don't have to read it. That you can't read it. You have to sign. So they were going back and forth. The lady said, why do you want me to sign a document? Do I know if I'm signing it myself out of the employment? I need to read before I sign. This guy refused. So the girl said, okay, fine. We might as well go to the management. Let's go to the head office to solve it out. But the guy since that time cuts off her time of her work. He calls other people to come and do overtime. She will never be called. So you see what we ourselves are the major problems of
I was just telling you, this guy came from Nigeria and we took him under our wing. I was a deputy, he was a program manager, and he started to undercut us, all the Nigerians and Africans, to the boss, right? He was telling on us, giving her information about, what's going on and just making up stuff. And she promoted him and he has no knowledge. So that's what we do. We do it all the time. You'd be surprised. You think this person, oh, we from the same country.
no.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We don't work together. We are just ready to overtake the next person. Like just me alone, I would share information on how to get government contracts, how to get business, how to do this to my fellow Nigerians. Like go ahead and start applying for these things. People, if you go call one time, my mom, I asked my mom about some information about this business. So she gave me the number to this one guy. I called him and I asked for information. I said, please, I got your number from this person. He said, oh, I'll call you back. And that man never called me back.
Wow.
When Nigerians make it here, they will not give you that information. They will not help you. They will not.
You see, the problem is not only the politicians. Like I said, we need to
It's
start
Nigerians.
reorientation.
It's our mindset. Our low.
mindset.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
The same. Like I
reorientation.
said, the same behavior they do in Nigeria right now, they bring it here. Even you see Nigerians that have been here 20, 30 years, and you've been here 30 years and you're still acting like you're back home. You're supposed to be more modern. You're supposed to be more intelligent.
You
You're
know
bringing
what
that
my
same
husband will
mentality.
answer? You know what my husband will answer to those people? They will tell you, no, no, no. When you check that person's life, is it that he has been around only Nigerians? He has
Yeah.
not really mixed up with the people he's living with, and that's the Americans, to see how things are done. So he will draw the map for me. That's my husband. You said they will go to Nigerian churches, they will go to the Nigerian association, they work for Nigerian.
Nigerian parties.
Nigerian parties, they work for Nigerians. So what do you expect? There is no integration.
They're
There is
not exposed.
no exposure.
Like I was the most hated man at that job because I worked at most American big companies and I was at a director some other places, and I come here and I'm seeing you don't have any clocking system. You are still using paper. We have people are using laptop in all the group homes to document. They're giving medication with laptops, and you guys are still using paper, and you don't not paid overtime. It was so bad. And I was trying to bring in new ideas. I said, how can you hire someone, right? How can you hire people and you don't have a training department? You just hire them, do a quick orientation on a timesheet and progress note, and you send them to group home to go and work. I said we shouldn't be doing that. We should have our training department. We should have HR. How can we have 200 employees and don't have an HR? We don't have one HR coordinator.
Wow.
The owner was the one doing the hiring. She was doing training. She was doing nursing. She wanted to do everything just to cut down costs because she was sending cars back home.
Was building houses back home.
Building houses back in our home states.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, Madam, I said, this will bring too many risk for your business. Right now, as I speak, they have 2 general attorney investigations for neglect and Medicaid fraud.
Woo! Am I surprised? No, I'm not.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised because once they go through that, review of documents, we did a lot of that in my work with the Office of the Attorney General, because those are the kind reviewing things on health compliance.
And when they came in, when the state came in, the state told her you need to have all these departments to help to run this organization,
especially with that high number of
employees. But she never did. She just wanted to save cost and keep the money, and all these issues. Staff will come in, right? They'll come from home. How can you put a 68-year-old woman to work with a lady in a wheelchair? I said, no. This lady could barely walk up the steps. I looked at her. And they, oh, no. She's our family member from my hometown. I want to put her there to walk. I said, this lady cannot lift. The nurse, me and the nurse, who's an American, we told her, no, it's a risk. Do you know what happened to that lady? She was trying to give her a shot. She fell. And she had to go to the hospital.
And she will claim injury.
Exactly. So those are the things that happen that I see here. Even when I was a service coordinator, when I was giving clients to agencies, most of the agencies that came on my email list from the state that said we should not give clients, most of them were Nigerians. They were being shut down like nothing. They will shut this one down this week. They will shut another one down. One guy, he had a day program. They told him, you can't put a pharmacy in the day program. He didn't listen. He left his pharmacy and he had his day program. They shut him down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've seen a lot.
The problem is actually more Nigerians.
It's more Nigerians than the politics itself. It's Nigerians. It's their mindset. It's their mentality. They don't. They. You have when you have $1 million budget.
Yeah.
Oh, yo. If you have 15 million, 20 million coming in your account every year or more, and you have clients, you know how to get those types of services to get approved is a lot of work. Yeah. To have that for the next 10 years, you don't have to work for anybody for the next 10 years. Most of these Nigerians, they get it, they just misuse it. They become cheap. The clients are not being treated well.
Yeah.
And they want to bring that Nigerian thing here, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And they lose it. And some of them go to jail. Some of them get closed down. Yeah. Some of them end up owing the government.
Yes, a lot of
millions of dollars.
A lot of them owe the government. I know of someone that ran back home. What happened? He was in Nigeria when they raided his office, and then he was calling attorneys here, please, my office is being raided by FBI, blah 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 blah. So eventually, the attorney went and then met with the FBI, pleaded that he's going to return. So this guy returned. They took him in immediately.
Oh, yes.
Seized his international passport and all of that so that he doesn't travel. The story we heard was that the guy was in Nigeria. How did he leave the country? He abandoned his family here and took another countries and Black African countries and passport and went back.
Wow.
So they can nobody knows where the FBI
was
for him. But
yeah, I know another Nigerian who was supposed to do real estate, and he was doing some type of fraud, and he ran back home. And FBI, the state police is looking for him.
You see,
I just, if you want to do business, just do it good and enjoy it.
And just respect the law.
That's it. Respect the law.
Forget
and I'm gonna say this before I drop down, because I know my sister below wants to say something with the blue hair, nice blue hair. There's some Nigerians that actually hear.
No, go ahead, because I see you people are scratching the surface. You're not really going in deep, because even the America you're using as an example, 99.9% of the problem the world faces is coming from that country. So if you ask me, they are not good people to use as an example. Period. Go ahead.
We're not using anybody's for example. When you talk about greed and headquarter of greed, you'll be looking at the country USA and all of that.
Of course. I'm not saying, look, we're not even saying that don't exist. We're not saying that don't exist. They do it more. There's millions of dollars that go in fraud. But here's the thing. The people are not left out to get the best quality of life that they ask. The school system, yes, fine, it's not the best, but at least the kids can go to school. There's no teacher strikes. We have police that we can, 911, if there's a medical emergency, you call 911. You can drive on the highway, no issues. I said if you live in New York or California. The roads are being fixed. Every year I'm always seeing roads being fixed. Yeah. I went to Nigeria. I'm like, this place that used to be a main street before has turned into a regular street now because the roads are not being fixed. There's dirt roads now. at least those people that go into politics here, they might do a little thing on the side, and they do. But guess what? The FBI always catch up with them. The state police always catch up with them.
Absolutely.
You know, you're gonna get in trouble, but at least there's still quality of life that people can eat and can survive and have shelter for themselves, except for the people that choose to be homeless.
Absolutely.
So America is not the best, but at least I'm enjoying 24/7. My mother-in-law doesn't want to go back. She's been here. She said, I don't want to go back to Nigeria. Oh, this 24/7, I'm enjoying lights and food. I can eat anytime. I can watch Yoruba movie whenever I want. Come on now.
Where do you want her to go back?
I just think that other nations. Okay, let me say continents. Okay, I just feel like other continents, the way they do their own politics, it's kind of more sophisticated. The criminalism and the every brouhaha going on is more sophisticated.
Mel, give me 1 second. Let me welcome these people so you have the floor. Thank you, Delicious Emmy. You've been keeping us updated on the election results. Thank you so much. Niger daughter, thank you so much, my beautiful sister. Welcome. God bless you guys. And also Treasures and Unique Lady P, Unique Peppy, thank you for being here. Thank you guys. So sis, I need you to continue, okay?
All right. So I just, like I said, I feel like these other people, they do their thing in more sophisticated way and all of that. I'll give you an example. I saw a post where they said the European Union people are in Nigeria because of the election. And my question that I dropped on, I had to search for their name, find their European Union stuff, and I asked who invited European Union for this election, because they themselves, they are not perfect, near perfection or anything. So we're not even inviting external people to come and put their mouth in this situation. Another thing I noticed is people went to their comment section commenting, then they carry us, they go where we don't know, make gonna help us, so help us, so help us. So if we go still be on this mentality, and I'm gonna start speaking pidgin here, because if we go be on this mentality, we'll go, they feel say we need people to come help us, one Messiah, there's somewhere we go come help us, then now there it be say it don't cast, because we know they go anywhere. Problem na Niger they face, and you come out for Niger problem, jump enter other people, this thing they go right. Meanwhile, them themselves, they never fix their own problem. They never fix their own problem, so then they get. Now our people don't run to their page saying, help us, so then they carry us, go, well, no, we don't need any help.
No,
we cannot fix what we cannot fix by ourselves.
No, they need help. Okay, if you don't forget that Nigeria is in debt. Don't forget that Nigeria is not a manufacturing company. They can't produce anything. The last time I checked, common toothpicks is made in China. So they need help. And they will continue to need help until they start manufacturing the things they eat, manufacturing the things they use, and every other thing in between. So you can't say they don't need
help. You they go bargain with.
No.
You not go get country at the end of the day. No, you not go get where you go stay, your people they go.
You cannot stand alone, especially when you're a developing country like Nigeria. See, when I was 13 years ago, when I was doing my MBA, okay, Nigeria, Brazil, South Africa, and some countries in Asia, we are among the emerging countries. They call them emerging countries at the time. That was what we did in my MBA class. Emerging nations. There were about 12 of them. Nigeria was there, Brazil, another country. All these countries that were there with Nigeria, they've all surpassed Nigeria. Nigeria is no longer emerging. Nigeria is what? Still developing country. So they need help. And where are those helps going to come? You think it's coming from Governor Wike? Governor Wike is there for his own pocket and his generation unborn.
Well, host, have you asked yourself why these things are the way they are? Take, for example, Congo. Congo still remains one of the poorest. But everybody in this world uses phone. What is in that phone you use? Congo should be the richest country in the world. So these people you're going to ask for help will never help you. They are the people stealing from you. How much of our money is in France? How much of African money is in UK? How much the US is collecting? How much the rest of places like Germany and the rest of them? And these are the same people that you call European Union. You're asking for help from. All your artifacts they stole, have they brought them back? They have them in their museum making money and say we made things that we don't know. Also, we took our time to make things, but we don't know the importance of things we made. They kept it for themselves.
Okay.
Until tomorrow, our nations are still paying money to them as what? For taking our own people as slaves? We don't need their help.
Okay, Mel, I understand your passion, but let me be very clear here. If we start going back to 100 years ago, before Nigeria was even created, over 100 years ago, we are not going to move forward.
No, we're talking about now. We're talking about what is happening now. Till date. Till date, France is still collecting money from African. We're talking presently. Is everybody not using phones?
See,
what is in that phone that everybody in the world is using? Is it not from Congo? They get all those stuff from people like Tesla parading themselves and as something.
Mel, I need you to calm down and listen to me. What I'm trying to say, they get diamond from is it Congo too? They get from South Africa. They get all of those from those countries. But the thing is this: if the government of
I'm not talking about diamonds. It's not diamonds.
I'm trying to like say something here so that you can understand where I'm going to. If the government of the day is as corrupt as the people that is planning to rule Nigeria now, right? They are not going to think about the masses. They are thinking about themselves. The hope of every citizen, let me say most of the citizens that voted on this Saturday election, this past Saturday, they came with the hope on how to rescue Nigeria. They believe in a stingy man that did not, go with corruption or corrupt politicians when he was governor. They want to see a change, and that change will start from somewhere. We cannot attain change in 4 years. We cannot attain it in 8 years, but we have to start the process. So they did all of that. Why is the INEC? Why is those politicians? Why are they against this man? Because what? First of all, he might cut off every pipeline that will lead
not
to
he might. He will.
Know one thing. If you keep putting those people in charge in Africa, the Oyibo people will then come, bribe their way and take our things and go. But we need the change. That's where I'm talking about. And we still need the Oyibo people. We still need them. We cannot run alone.
How we want to get the help from them when now them they keep us where we did. Person will press you for neck. They strangle you. Why you want to get help?
Good evening.
Welcome, Delicious Annie.
I will not be spending so much time today because for 3 days now I've not slept. I'm monitoring INEC like I'm the one holding the results. So they've told us to come back by 9 o'clock. So let me just quickly drop my contribution so that in case they just go live, I can go and start streaming it live again. I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined my live stream and I appreciate everything. I want to quickly say that please, if we are saying things this period, let us be careful of what we are saying so that somebody does not just locate you wherever you are and knock you bottle. Mel, please, I want to ask you one question. Do you live in Nigeria?
I don't.
Okay.
Why you decide? Talk what you want talk now. talk what you want talk. Make I know why you ask that question first.
I don't want to talk about something we say tomorrow.
No, talk anything you want talk. Now me you ask the question. I'm not in Nigeria.
Nobody talk and they talk and they back.
Okay, Delicious Emmy, go ahead if you want to say.
You know, if you come here, come the shout. First of all, this no be your live stream. No, go there. If you want to, first of all, you come here. They ask me whether I dare Nigeria. That one not get anything to do with the matter of crown. You say you want make you say you get what you want talk. You can talk what you want talk. You that talk now not.
All right, I've muted both of you because I need you guys to be calm. Okay, I don't like the issue of going back and forth. I don't want personal things in the discussion. So I need you guys to calm down so we can talk. And I'm going to unmute so that you guys can hear yourselves. But please, let's be civil with each other. I know the tension is high. Our blood is running so high. But please, we should as well be civil and at the same time be considerate with each other in our discussion. So Delicious, if you're asking Mel a question or if you want to say something, please go ahead and discuss. Mel, don't take it personal. I don't think she meant anything bad.
Oh, Host, the reason why I'm asking
His
Mel
thing is very
if he's
disrespectful.
living in Nigeria
You
is
understand?
because in
Wait,
this
let
our
her say
Nigerian
something,
matter,
please.
anybody that does not live in Nigeria and is making comments on it, I don't take that person seriously. You know why? You don't know what we are suffering, and you don't know facts. All you see is social media. We here are the ones that will tell you what is going on. What is wrong with them calling on UN? What is wrong? Are you not seeing what is going on? Are you not seeing it? Say
Okay.
they are calling on UN. If the government respect themselves, who we call UN? Who we call them?
Okay.
What does the UN stand for?
Amy,
What do they stand for?
Amy, I need you to calm down. You've been on this election thing since day one. You've been back and forth with it. I know how passionate you are with it, but I need you to also understand that trending gist she has a valid point of where she was going from. Let me even try to like sum it up for you a little bit. Maybe you just came in and then she started talking. What she was trying to say in a nutshell was that these people that we are relying on are the same people that made Africa what Africa is, or rather subjected us to what we are. They came in, they took our resources and then went to their place, used our resources to better their country. Now we want, and they don't even want Africans to be better, because they want to put Africa in that situation whereby you keep coming for more, just like being an Oliver Twist. You keep asking, you keep asking, you keep asking. Because from her perspective, from Trending Gist perspective, if they had wanted Africa to be better, they wouldn't have gone to Africa to steal from Africa. For another example, she was trying to like explain that the chip they use in making telephone is gotten from Togo. So what do you think if Togo can manufacture that thing when they bring it out from their soil, if they can process it, but they cannot process it because they don't have
It's
machines?
Congo, host.
It is what? Congo, right? I lost it. So that's
it's Congo, not Togo. Congo.
Okay, Congo.
Yeah.
So that's what she was trying to say, that Africans always rely on the same people that put them in the position they have been since the inception. So don't take it personal, but that's what she was trying to explain.
I'm not taking it personal with Mel. I've been here since. It's just recently I even commented because I've been so busy. But you know, the way she was talking, I was like, I want to know, does this person live in Nigeria? That's why I asked. When I came in, I did not insult anyone. I just asked the simple question, do you live in Nigeria? Because when I see people talk about this Nigerian matter, I always want to know, do you live in Nigeria? It's when you live in Nigeria, I will now, like really, really want to listen to what you are saying. Because most people just analyze this matter. They don't live here. They don't know what we are going through. They don't know what
Delicious Emmy, I want to correct you on that. We might not live in Nigeria there, but that does not mean we don't know what is going on. That impression, I need you to change it, because it's completely and totally wrong. For the fact that we don't live presently in Nigeria does not take the fact that my mother still lives there. If you're going through pain, she's also going through the same things you go through. My mother is an aged woman. For the fact that she called me that to get ordinary 20,000 naira from her bank account, she has to pay 6,000. That is a pain for the woman, and is a pain to me. So indirectly or directly, I live there because I have a family there. So you coming to say that when you hear people that don't live in Nigeria talking about Nigeria issue, it's only based on what we see on the internet. No. Mel has her father in Nigeria. She has her sister. She has her mother. She has her cousins. So they have, and it's even more closer now. We are all on a group chat, family group chat, cousin group chat, and all of that. You hear these things as though you live there. Why am I feeling this pain? Why didn't I cook for my family on Sunday? After all, the election doesn't concern me. I can decide to say I don't want to come back to Nigeria anymore. After all, I have American passport. Do you understand? But I feel the pain as though I am living there, because I have an interest in that place. My parents is still there. My family members are still there. I've been following this.
Actually, I understand your point. I'm not even, that's not even what I meant. The reason why I was asking Mel if she lives in Nigeria was because, number one, we are going to 4 days now. I've not been able to leave my house. Because if I leave my house, I'm sure of bottle hitting my head. I'm very sure of that one. We have not been able to go out for a while now, especially since after the election. And I'm not even in total support with Nigerians going to, meet the UN asking for, help, because even the UN people said they will not issue a visa ban on those that are the perpetrators of this electoral crime. Meaning what we are even doing here, they like it. But the part where I'm a little bit in support of them, calling international bodies attention to what is happening here is because this time tomorrow, when a result is announced and it does not go the way we want, the amount of drums of war I'm hearing in my area is scary. I have no food at home. I ran out of water. I've not had light in days. Now imagine us having a heavy crisis in Nigeria. How will it be like? So what this them calling to UN and other foreign bodies will do is that it will make the Nigerian government in a way, although we're not saying it to make them change, but it will make them know that, okay, at least this thing you are doing, the international bodies are looking at you. And that is why during when that thing happened that time in October, when international bodies came and started putting mouth in the whole matter, was that not when we started hearing them dropping press release, doing investigations? And even there was no international body intervention, do you think they will even come out and even acknowledge that anything happened? It was when they now dropped one or two talk. That was when they now even came and said, okay, we'll do investigation. I'm not saying that will change it. It will not change anything. What I'm just saying that in a way, in a little way, it will put them in check that, okay, let us mind what we do. People are looking at us, so let us mind what we say. Let us mind what we do because people are looking at us. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If we are coming here to criticize it, let us be criticizing it in two ways.
Okay. Thank you for airing your opinion, which is appreciated. But the thing is this. We are individuals, different individuals. We see things differently. We have opinion differently. And we own our opinion. You understand? Whatever I express, I try to own my own opinion. So that was Mel's opinion. That was her perspective. That was how she sees things. Why are these people calling it? Do you understand what I'm saying? So the aim of a live stream, especially my kind of live stream, every opinion is welcome. I want to hear how people are thinking. I want to know what people have to say concerning every matter. So me coming down to shut down on somebody's opinion is not accepted. Okay? I need you to understand it that way because I wouldn't want another person to feel so bad about her airing her own opinion. That is
I sincerely want to apologize for raising my voice. Mel, it was never my intention to raise my voice. Sincerely, it was the way you spoke that really annoyed me. I'm sorry. I don't have an excuse. I'm sorry for coming here and start shouting. I'm sincerely sorry and I apologize. Host, I'm sincerely sorry. This is not my kind of person. I'm sincerely sorry.
You've been fired up with this election. I understand your pain. I understand what you're going through, Mel. I hope you had a delicious Emmy. I hope you've accepted the apologies so that we can move on with our discussion. Hi, guys.
Well, host, I'm really fired up right now. I'm shaking. But I would just say one word. If Gaddafi could be killed for the good of Africa and our people cheered, I don't have anything to hold against anybody that is African or a Nigerian. If you like, cuss me out. One thing I know is my analysis is not for the faint heart. You have to take time to listen to what I say in order for you to understand, because I always look at the bigger picture. I have had guns pointed at my head.
Yeah.
My cousins were shot dead. I am from Niger Delta. I am an Ijaw woman.
Yeah.
I have felt pain.
Yeah.
I have been involved in every Nigerian election. Before I got married and left, I didn't jackpot. It's marriage that took me away from my nation. So I have my people at the back of my heart.
Yeah.
My own husband called me a nationalist because you don't dare mention Africa or insult Africa in front of me, because I know that there's bigger picture. But Amy, I will explain one thing to you. These people you call today to help you, if it's money you need, they will give you. But what they will take from you, your fourth to fifth, sixth generation will not be able to pay back. Is
Okay.
that what we want? Since 1960, we're still paying for what we don't owe. And people that owe us didn't pay us. We have our people as slaves in the United States and they don't even compensate them. Where do we start from? And you call on same people. Did you not see George Floyd in the US? Or who are we going to mention? Black kids leaving the home, going to school, and their parents are freaking out because you don't know if your child's going to get back home just because of their skin color.
Yeah.
That's why I said we don't need the help of someone that is not willing to help us from the bottom of your heart. If you're going to give me a cup of water today and tomorrow you will take my whole house and I'll be in the street, thank you, I don't want that water. That's the point I was trying to make.
I understand you, and I want to apologize.
Thank you, Mel.
I want to apologize again. I sincerely did not take your word out of context. It was the way you responded that made me, react. That I'm sorry. I'm sincerely sorry. I apologize. I'll still send you a
okay. It's okay. We're all passionate. We're all fighting the same battle, but we just misunderstood ourselves.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought.
I'm not the reason why, when I see things happen in our country and people are calling out to foreign bodies, I'll be like, is it that this country cannot just organize itself for once? Why is that when we drink water in our country, we involve UN? Can these people just organize this country for once? That is just the part that I don't know. As in, I'm seeing most times, I don't like saying this outside. I don't like saying this on social media because people might not really understand my own point. But when I see someone complain about racism abroad, I just laugh. Do you know why I laugh? You are in Nigeria here.
No, our own is not racism. It's tribalism. It's
and it is worse than even it is worse than even that when people are experiencing abroad.
Emmy,
do you know that my shop in Lagos Island was burnt down because of it be one Lagos? Do you know? Do you know how much I have in that shop? How can somebody go and start marking shots of people and it's burning it down? Which one is worse in your own country?
But are you surprised? Tribalism has been our problem, not only in Nigeria, all African countries. It's tribalism. That's tribalism.
In your own country, it's not even as if you're in another man's land. In your own country. What is all this?
Sorry for your show.
Emmy, please, I need you to calm down. And we sincerely wish it could be better than what it is, okay? Saying sorry for your shop, I know it's not going to scratch the surface, but please, you and your family, God will definitely grant you guys some peace from somewhere. That's the way I'm going to say it. It's unfortunate what is happening right now in Nigeria. And it's unfortunate that Nigeria will always rely on the foreign bodies to come and help them solve their domestic problem. Election is before I cut my tongue, what is it called again? Domestic problem. That's what election is. It's domestic. It's not international. So international bodies were not even supposed to be there in the first place.
I reported this matter. Do you know what they told me? Do you know what they told me, Oyoyo? Do you know what they told me?
I'm Igbo to start from there.
In my own country.
Yeah.
My state to Lagos is not far away. At least 9 hours I'll be there. And these same people will go abroad and complain about racism. They are eating what they sow.
See, let me tell you what happened to one Nigerian woman here. She said she was employed by a company to run to come and work. Then they now sent her details and her phone number to the supervisor in charge of that particular unit where she was to report. That the supervisor should now send her the address of the company where she's supposed to report, because the main office were employed and then sent to their various branches. The supervisor is a Nigerian, but from a different tribe. The moment he saw that the last name of this lady is an Igbo name, he sent her a wrong address. This woman drove around the city looking for this address. She did not get it. She had to call head office again. They now like, okay, this is the address. So when she got there, she met with the man. But why did you send me this address? Oh, I'm sorry. That was it. From the very first day, this lady got employment, the man outrightly hated her. And he's a Nigerian. You think seeing somebody from Nigeria, oh, my fellow Nigerian, no. We know we have problems in Nigeria. And until we start seeing ourselves as Nigerians, rather than Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, that's when we'll start healing. Nigeria can never come together until we see our country first before seeing the tribe. Just like what happened where I talked about with K podcast here about Rwanda. Rwanda went to war. I was in Nigeria at that time. I was like, we were screaming on our TV in our living rooms how people were dying. Christina Mampo, God bless that woman for that reporting. She carried out that reporting like her life and everything depended on it. She brought that news on Rwanda News to our very living rooms in Nigeria. We wept with the people of Rwanda. But go to Rwanda now. The new Rwanda they have to recognize, first of all, that you're a Rwandan than a Tutsi or Hutsi. So that's what Nigerians need. We need to stop all this tribe thing, Omoibo and all of. We need to stop it and focus on how to build the country. Unfortunately, if they want to build their nation, it's up to them. That's what I'm going to say here. And I sincerely wish that your predicament concerning this election did not happen, but it's unfortunate they went that far.
But host, our people need to understand something. Most of these things are coming from jealousy. Let me tell you something. For an Igbo person is living all the way from the east, going to the west, starting up a business in a strange man's land, and because they are good in business, you can call them anything you want. First of all, I'm not Igbo, so people start saying maybe you're Igbo. I'm not even Igbo, but call a spade a spade. People become jealous because the little thing you give to an Igbo man in terms of business, he will make the best out of it. So you going to somebody else's place and overshadowing them, being so good in what you do, already they have that grudge. So having this now is the opportunity for them to just lambast you people. That's why they did what they did. So I want you to, I know that it's painful, but Amy, I want you to see it as the sacrifice that you have sacrificed. And it will go down in history. They might not shout your name and say, oh, Amy's shop was also burnt in Lagos and Mr. A, Mr. B. But the land, and I mean the land, our soil as a country, as a nation, and lead to the people say, ah, you're a Christian, you're this. I also believe in our tradition. Our land, the air, the wind, everything will list it down that you have done your own part. But watch and see what will happen to those people that are trying to drag the country back when people like you and the other people are pushing for something good to happen. Amy, but until we start the fight by our own self,
Amy, we
will keep relying on somebody else. For example, now, if you have a policeman outside your door, you sleep very well, right? Because you know if somebody is coming in.
Not Nigerian police, so please. Not Nigerian
police, but you know, you will sleep very well, not fully well that if an armed robber or anything is coming, they will defend. But if you know that nobody is out there, and I'm speaking from experience, where my father's house is in the middle of the forest, and not once, not twice. That it was just my mother and the children, because my father worked in a different state. And all of us were awake. If not stick carry for hand, if not knife, if not bottle, and everybody was patrolling the yard till morning. So when you know that nobody's coming to help you, you will fight. And for me, coming from a family where we're 8 girls and only 2 boys, you wouldn't even know what people have tried to do. But when you mention, they tell you that man's daughters, don't dare. We stood because people felt they could override him because he had only female. So that's what I want all of us as Nigerians to do. Let's not hope for somebody to save us. Let us start saving ourselves first.
Okay, Mayor, I have a question to what you just said now, but I want to address something. Emmy, I sincerely wish this story could be different, but I want to ask a question. I don't know if you guys do insurance in your goods in Nigeria, or maybe the whole store. Do you people have anything like insurance?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, please, what did you ask?
I asked, do you people have anything like insurance for your stock in Nigeria, for your store?
We have a little insurance, but you know, it just come at 20%. It's not a big like that. my initial plan was, to get like full insurance, but the whole policies and everything it didn't really go down well with me. So I was like, let us just be running it. At least, even if it is a fire outbreak, at least it will cover all that. But we all know how insurance works in Nigeria now. We know how it works.
Yeah.
Only when it came from this kind of thing, nobody is listening to anybody. So I've counted the loss. I've moved on. What will I do? Will I keep crying? I will not cry. I've cried, I've cleaned my eyes, I've moved on.
I wanted to make a video, okay, on something else that is relating to this election, to just keep our people aware, because like you said, after tomorrow, only God knows what is going to happen, okay? Let me even say it out here. I know there might be chaos, okay? I'm just going to say this is an opportunity for people to leave if you have a passport, if you want to leave. Because if you go to most countries overseas now, they will give you what? Asylum, because of the crisis that might come out of this election. So let me just say it here. For people that are watching us, this is the time for you to make those kind of moves. But again, Amy, don't give up on insurance, because I had a little issue with an insurance people. What I did was to threaten them with the legal letters, and the next thing they paid for my car when I had auto insurance. And it's unfortunate that it's happened, but
no problem.
Help.
It's just like when somebody beats you and tell you cannot do anything about it.
Don't cry, yeah. When they beat you, and
then somebody beats you and tell you don't cry, and when you cry, it beats you again.
Yeah, it's painful. It's painful. And again, he who has life, has hope. So I'm so happy that all of you are safe. Nothing happened to any of you. At least you people are alive and well. God that brought the first one in the first place is going to bring multiple, 10 times fold than whatever you have lost. And it's unfortunate, it's happening. And to be honest with you, more of those things are going to happen after the result tomorrow. It's so sad. Nigeria is tearing apart. Then, Mel, back to what you said. You fight and defend.
Oh, please, I'll have to go. They told us to come back by 9.
Okay.
This is already 9. Okay. All right, Mel, please, I apologize. Please, I'm sorry.
No. I'm not holding any grudge. No, grudge is too much of a big stuff. Don't worry. Please. It's done. The conversation. Sometimes it gets heated. It's okay.
Thank you.
This is not the time for division. This is the time for unity.
Okay, Mel, I have a question for you. Thank you so much, Emmy, for joining me today. You're really amazing. God bless you. Real good. Emmy is a beautiful and a fantastic, and I like her analysis. I like her contribution in live stream. She is very opinionated and a very smart woman. She has a lovely channel, Delicious Emmy here, and she has been the one transmitting Nigeria election results to the whole world. Thank you for all you do. God bless you. Real good. So, Mel, you were talking about fighting, standing to fight for yourself and defend yourself. What will you say in the case of Biafran people? They've been agitating that they want to be out of Nigeria. And up to date, you can see what is happening with this election. Do you think it's now time for the federal government of Nigeria to decide, you know what, if you guys want Biafra, you can go have Biafra, so that we don't know what part is Nigeria? What do you think about that?
Because that's not going to happen. Really? they will never do that. With the kind of people that are ruling the nation, nah, it's not happening. You want to go with all the parts, with all the fertile land and oil and this and that. Where are you going? And leave them with what? With dry land and nothing? You're not going.
No, with this election, it's clear they don't want an Igbo man to be president. You would think, okay, now since you guys don't want this particular set, this particular tribe, you should let them go. It's like,
Pharaoh, let my people go. No way.
Let them go. Let them go charter their own course. If they fail, they fail. If they succeed, they succeed. Don't you think it's high time?
It's a lot to lose. There's just too much to lose, so they will never do it.
A lot to lose. There are so many news we've heard just about this election. Them saying that one governor in northern Nigeria, the voice note saying that if Peter Obi should win, they should cancel the election because it's not, Igbo man can never be president after the Civil War.
So because their number one fear is if an Igbo man wins, he might grant the Biafrans to leave. Or at least he would try to put in place in a way that they will have more, they will have more opportunity. They will have more, when I mean, they will be more armed. And I'm talking about like weapons, like guns and things like that. But I mean by the law, things that they can use in their own favor in order to gain separation. And they will not, because like you mentioned, this northern person, remember that northern video that came out? The person said if the nation belongs to them.
Yeah.
So if imagine people with this type of mentality will stop at nothing. And the worst part is they have so many backings.
Yeah.
A video of a foreigner, a white person, put out a video where the person was talking about how Turkey is involved in sending weapons to Boko Haram.
Yeah.
And they said earthquake. I don't know how through that post. I just saw it today that Buhari is sending $1 million.
$1 million to
you saw it, right? So that's why I'm coming with this point that people feel like I don't want foreigners to help us. There's a lot to lose. So they will never allow an Igbo man to rule because they know what they're afraid of.
It's unfortunate they will not allow an Igbo man to read. It's unfortunate they don't want them to go have their Biafra and have peace. But once you keep pushing somebody, when it gets to the edge, if there is no other exit to do, the person will break through. So we don't want them war. We don't want war in Nigeria. We don't want this. We don't want that. But the way it is going now, I don't even know what to say. It's very sad what we saw in the news, especially from Nigerian news, verified news channels and medias, you understand, showing all of those things to the whole world. We witness all the fraud and all the manipulation and all the rigging, but now they've decided to like make it national and accept the whole thing. The next thing they're telling you to go to court. Before a lot of people join me, I did play a little voice note of the vice president's aspirant to Labour Party, what he said. They are trying to tell you guys to accept this result. The next thing they will tell you, go to tribunal. Tribunal, they've already set in place that will work in their favor. If you doubt what Nigeria is turning to, anybody doubting what Nigeria is turning to, you need to check again. I'm going to give you indices that you need to check. If Tinubu becomes the president of the country, right? Tinubu is a Muslim, the vice is a Muslim, the head of judiciary in Nigeria, a Muslim, head of legislator, a Muslim, head of executive, Muslim, secretary of Nigeria, Muslim, head of the army, Muslim, head of the navy, Muslim, head of police, Muslim, road safety, Muslim. So think about what is going to happen in that nation. When the Christians of the north, northern Christians in Nigeria, when they were crying out for, they don't want Muslim tickets, people in the south, most of them did not understand, because just like people, we know Americans, most of them don't travel. If you stay in your state, you might be there until the person dies. Just the same thing, most people in Nigeria, they don't travel. Once they settle in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Enugu, that is it. Take a leave, borrow a leave and go to the north and spend 2 weeks with a Nigerian Christian family in the north. Then you understand the pain of the northern Christians. Let me be very categorically here. Let me state this. Northern Christians, they might not look very flamboyant like the southern Christian, but they know what, when the Apostle Paul talk about persecution, they know exactly what it is to suffer for the cross. They are the ones that really, in all sense of it, suffer for the cross of Christ in Nigeria. Because nothing will stop you from going to church in the south, nothing. But in the north, they have a lot of problems with that. They will tell you don't have to say hallelujah at this period of time. You have to situate your church as a certain area of the city. People don't know what they were clamoring for, that we do not want the Muslim ticket. It came majorly from northern Nigerian Christians. Did a lot of people support them? No, but it's unfortunate because that's the way Nigeria is going now. I don't even know what to say. Mel was saying, if you stand to defend what is yours, you stand to fight what is yours. The likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafran people, they've been clamoring for free us. We want to go start our own path. It's not happening. This guy is still in jail as we speak in Nigeria. Even after the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal discharged his case, Nigerian government is still holding him to ransom. Peter Obi from nowhere emerged as the will I say the winning candidate of this election, we now saw how he's playing down, and we don't know what tomorrow holds. Until after tomorrow, by this time tomorrow, we'll be able to know what is going on with Nigerian election. It is sad to say the election is a shamble, is a total shame, very disgraceful. There is nothing good or positive I can say about that. And I feel so disappointed with African Union, the observers of this particular election, saying it was free and fair. I don't know where they start. Maybe they were in their hotels taking naps and taking siesta when the election went on. I don't know the part of the country they observed. I don't know what they did, but their statement is totally unacceptable. So, Mel, what will you say about that statement released by African Union?
Do they dare to challenge Nigerian politicians? Do they dare? The money that only one of the Nigerian politicians is holding is enough to feed some of those countries that those African Union. They will never say the truth. As for those ones, I don't even see that one as a union. That's just a nonsense body that they never say anything. Because every time something is happening, have you heard the African Union done anything serious that you can say, I applaud this union for doing this? They never do anything. Just like you said, I believe they stayed in Sheraton, Nikon, Hilton, or any of those big hotels there in Abuja, enjoying themselves, drinking champagne and popping and all of that, because they've already, envelope don't go round. Now you understand. So come out, give a nonsense press conference and say everything when people can see. And another thing I even noticed, host, is the fact that the people that they appointed to carry these results of different states to the federation and reading, to the chairman, I noticed certain types of names in some areas. And I'm seeing people, the Kaduna person, I said, what is going on? When it came to South, they're bringing people from with names of northern names for people from this side. Then their own side, they have this one from this state, next state from the other one, or bringing a Yoruba man. Now, who then they carry play? Do they really think that the South and the Southern will be Mumu people? Really?
See, another thing I observed for the few ones I watched, they were using a university vice chancellor and all of that as the returning officer for these elections. I don't know why they chose to use those ones. I don't know. Is it that, okay, you not think they bought them over? Everybody there, everybody is a suspect as far as I'm concerned concerning this election. Nobody is going scot-free. It's unfortunate what is happening. I really wish and pray that the voice of the masses will be heard and be respected, because these people came out to vote. These people left everything. Despite the fact that they were chased out, they came back again. If you look at my thumbnail is a reflection of the woman that they gave her all those injuries. She still went to the chemist. They treated her. She still came back to cast her vote. She would have been discouraged after receiving those injuries, but she said no. This election, it has been so dear to a lot of hearts, especially young Nigerians. And we hope that the country will do better for themselves, will do better for their people. It's unfortunate what is going on. And the observers of this election, I trust the American candidate that I saw there. I saw Stacey Abraham. She's from Atlanta, Georgia. She contested for the governorship of election in Atlanta, Georgia, in the party of Democratic Party. She's a woman I respect so much. The moment I saw her, I was so happy that she was one of the delegates. Is she going?
She's in Nigeria.
Yes, she was there for this election observation. Is she going to say the truth? Oh, trust me, she's going to say the truth. That one I can guarantee, and you cannot buy her over. It's not that I know her personally, but when you see a man of integrity, you go by standing with what they say. And this woman she didn't just do politics from the top. She started from the root, from the grassroots, those in the rural areas. They became her friends because she cared for them. Those homeless people in the US, they made sure they got shelter. They made sure they got clothes. They made sure they got them to get their voters card registered. So she's one woman I respect so much. I'm waiting to hear what the American observers are going to say. However, from the European committee, what they said already, that the power of incumbents is actually reflecting on the election processes. So I hope that will be enough for people to work on. But it's really, really sad what is happening. Adebayo said, are you new to Nigeria elections since 1999, madam? They are using vice chancellor to state, that's vice chancellor for state return officers, madam. Okay, they could be using that. I really don't see any reason about that because all of them can be bought. There is nobody you say now do not have a prize in Nigeria when it comes to election, especially as beaten by the politicians. Stop your tribalism speech. Kayode Adebayo, if you don't watch your word, you will never come to my channel again. This is your last warning. If there is anybody that is tribalistic here, it's nobody but you. You wear it as a cloth, you eat it as food, you drink it as water. It is part and parcel of you. So if you don't have anything kind to say with your phone or laptop or whatever you're watching me from, you better find yourself out of my live stream. Okay? All right. So trending gist, do you think there will be any form of hope for this election? With all the results they've already announced so far, do you think there is any hope coming to Nigeria?
In the nearest future, maybe, but right now with this election we're looking at, it's obvious what they've done. The real winner, it's clear. You know, if they will say, okay, let's make it live for how many months and let every person know one after the other, every 18 years or 18 years and above Nigerian come out on screen and say, who am I picking among the three popular? We know that there are others, but these three are the three major people, right? Mm-hmm. Point out and let's count it, you know, physically. Let NEPA not take light, oh. Let none of those things happen. Let MTN or Glow or whatever network they're using not cease. You get, and let them count. You know who will win because people get to a point where they are tired.
Absolutely.
But you can see that this thing is being manipulated. But that Adebayo is there talking. Ain't no worry. Then go soon take light for your house. Now I go clear. No go fit type.
If I thought he has lights, maybe he's using touch light.
That's the thing. I be a power banking. They use charge that laptop. I better go sleep. Because we saw what we saw. Nobody's saying anything. Because, okay, for example, now see the attack that they are giving to this Pastor Eneche. He didn't even mention anybody's name. He just spoke the truth. And yet you're getting upset. If you're getting upset, that means the candidate you're supporting is up to something. And with all these things that people are saying, we upload this one didn't work, that one didn't work, and all of a sudden the results that are coming from certain places, certain people are getting higher numbers, and other parties, all of a sudden their numbers are coming down. We know the truth. We know what we know. But me, I was expecting I was expecting worse. I was expecting worse. I was thinking he will not even be able to get maybe 20,000. That's how they're going to cut it down.
If you really ask me, host, if you really ask me, they should be able to get all the parties involved. Let them have all their agents. They can still go back to those ballot papers that they received, especially those that are not destroyed, the ones they have with them. They let them go through those papers. They will see how the alterations were done, because we could see them with tippets. Some of them are using tippets to correct. And then some of them are using, instead of where you wrote 27, they will come in front and put 7 or put 8, making it 800 and something. So by the time they review those documents, we have what we call document readers. If you place them on those machines, they'll be able to tell you the number that was hidden and the one on top. Okay? So these things can be easily found out. But are they willing to do that? No. The Nigerian we know, they are not willing to do that. And you come to think of it, why did they make this man again? He was the chairman of INEC during Buhari's administration. And also, they said that he's also related to Buhari. Why didn't they change this man? Because the last election was not free and fair. But was Buhari elected? Yes, he became president. Jonathan Goodluck did not want any trouble. He said that the power for him to get into the office is not as precious as the blood of a single Nigerian. And for that fact, he decided to concede to that election. The thing is that the head is rotten and the middle is rotten. The below is rotten. We need to start doing reorientation from people of age 3. When the child will start going to daycare, that's when we need to reorientate. The likes of Adebayo that came here to spew nonsense has nothing but hatred in him and has no respect for anybody, neither does he have any iota of respect for himself. Those are the low-life people that will think everybody could be bought. When they see the truth, they call it, they see black, they say it's blue. When they see something that is straight and forward, they say no, it's bent, because they cannot look beyond their tribe to see what is happening in Nigeria. It's unfortunate that that is his mentality, and I really wish him well that he gets out of it sooner than late. All right. Let me see if I have other comments here. Okay. I don't think so, because it's all about the constitution that needed to be amended. Yes, we need to amend the constitution of Nigeria. It's high time that constitution needs to be amended. I remember when Obasanjo was president, they were talking about constitutional amendment committee. They did all of that. Yaradua came, they did all of that. It was back and forth. Jonathan tried to wake it up again. We never heard about it during President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. There was nothing like committee on constitutional amendment. They need to amend the constitution, because the constitution of Nigeria is not giving any hope or anything for anybody to even sit out from the country. No hope. Let's decide. No hopes. Please, let's decide they rigged us out. Yeah, the thing is, we are seeing it on TV, we are seeing it on internet, on social media. We are seeing all of those, you understand? And the irony of the whole thing is that nobody is saying yes or even accepting. The INEC chairman, maybe he has turned on the television or refused to believe or acting ignorant, like somebody talked about him. He's acting ignorant about all the things we saw in this election. It's very sad. It's very shameful. Right now is not the time to say I'm a Nigerian when you live overseas, because of what the world witnessed as well. Very disgracing, very shameful, to say the least. Nigeria is not working, and we will never work. You see, people are already seeing it. Mayor said it's not working and we will never work. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. That's the way people are seeing it. And Kule
God
said,
forbid we reject every negative word
Kule said,
for
no,
the power of the tongue. It will work, okay? Because it's not the worst country in the world. If some other countries have been able to go through their whole hot mess and got into a place where at least it's manageable, same will happen for Nigeria.
Amen.
After all, nobody will live forever. All these politicians, someday they will walk, baby. So if we will follow what the host is saying, that we'll start teaching the children from age 3. By the time this set of people finish marrying, and then we groom the new ones the right way, they will be able to make a better life for themselves. Simple.
We really have to start reorientation. You know, in the US here, they teach the kids about social studies, all about American history. You understand? Then you have to know what it is to be patriotic. You have to understand what it is to serve your community. They start very early in elementary school. So you see a child by the time they go through getting to know how to read the national anthem, getting to understand it, every child, before you're finishing a 4th grade, you have mastered what American national anthem is. And they take so much pride, because there is a place in that anthem that will tell you the moment they see American flag, that their flag was still flying. That's when they saw hope. Is in their anthem. So they bring it on time. But our people, they scrapped history. I learned now they don't teach history in Nigerian schools. I don't know how true that is, that they don't teach history. When I was in school in Nigeria, I did history. We read about Mungo Park and all of them, and then the finding of River Niger and River Benue. I don't know if they still teach history in Nigeria. So if you live in Nigeria, you have
kids. Who knows the type of history they are teaching? And Yoruba people history, they're going to teach them then instead of their own history.
Can be serious. See what Kule is saying. Kule said, no, by speaking English, we allow them to trouble that pastor. Good. No, that pastor has every right to sue anybody. And I thank God he has enough money to take care of that. So I don't have any problem with the pastor. He can take care of whatever it is. He did not say anything. He did not call anybody. He said the truth. He simply said the truth. I wish the like of Adebayo would have said something. Before the election and after now, none of them has said anything. They want to be politically right, but when the country is boiling, you really don't need to be politically right. They try to salvage what is left to bring peace to the country. Anyway, they all occupy top position without certificate. You can say that again. You can say that again. Even the president of Nigeria, when they were campaigning that he should bring his West African certificate, up till this moment, we never heard that Buhari brought his West African certificate, exam certificate. So it is what it is. Even those that have certificates, what happened? They will still use the very few of them that went to school and place them and continue to put their sons, their brothers, their nephew. But there is something that happened in this election that really made me it made me see a little hope. I think it's Enugu State. The incumbent governor, the governor of Enugu State, was campaigning for senatorial position. But guess what? He lost to another person. So he's not going to Senate. And he lost to this party that did not have structure. So people are seeing a little shake has been done on Nigerian political space, and I hope people will be able to understand and respect that. The win
and even the one of they talked about a cab guy that went into politics and also won under this party too.
You see.
So I'm just wondering if all these people are winning. Tell me why the presidential level is as it is.
My dear, you know already now. You know what happened. Even in Abia State, the son of the governor lost to another, I think, a Labour Party. So people are beginning to understand that these people, they don't have our interests at heart. They don't care about us. They don't want the good and good of the citizen. All they want is their pockets. There was a time I heard in the news about one governor's that came to the US and bought a home. It was for 1.8 million. I went to research on that. They said the name of the owner was restricted because, for good reasons, okay? But that house was 1.8 million. I was like, wow. It's only in Nigeria and only in Africa, not just Nigeria, it's only in Africa that public servants are millionaires, billionaires, only in Africa. In the city where I live, our governor's office, governor's house is just in the streets with every other resident. It's not excluded from the city, from the people. And there is no barricade whatsoever, just the way my street is. I can drive. One day I will go and do a video of it driving across governor's house. I will point at it and say, this one is governor's house. People might be like shocked because it's just in the same street. They don't need to put all those blockades for police and army because no. But look at what it is in Nigeria. Once you serve as a governor, as a Senate person, by the time you're done with your tenure, you are a billionaire in dollars. They come overseas, they buy properties. So you can understand the reason why they are ready to buy anybody that will stand on their way from getting to that promised land, according to them. It's quite unfortunate. Forget about that, guys, please. All right, so let's be hopeful that this election will come out good tomorrow. And also, people should start preparing on how to find something to do. This is opportunity for you to buy up food and stock your home. You still have morning tomorrow to go, and because of anything happens, at least you have food to feed yourself and your family in case of anything happening after tomorrow. And I also want to use the opportunity to thank all of you. Mel, what do you have to tell us in a nutshell? Do you know, I didn't know when we spent 2 hours here.
Exactly. Politics. You have to discuss politics. Well, what I have to say to every Nigerian that is voting and hoping for the better Nigeria should not be discouraged, no matter what the outcome of this election is. And I believe the person you people are voting for will say the same thing. This is not a fight that you will win overnight, okay? But it is something that even them, they are scared. They didn't expect this. It has never happened before. So at least it's a starting point towards the right direction. But the bad eggs are too many. It will not take you 1 year, 5 years to flush all of them out. And we're talking about people with so much fund and they can influence a lot of things. So let's just keep our fingers crossed, because even if we decide that, oh, let's go to court, who's that judge? Who's going to be all of them? Who's the person? Because even if the judge wants to do the right thing, before you know, person house don't catch fire. Before you know, person don't crash for car. So we know what these people are capable of. So let us not feel like they have defeated. They have not. The people won. The people won. Ho-ha. If they like, let them put Baba Blue or Baba Pink or Baba Green or anything. But what you know is what you know. And the fight continues. But it's not something that you go screaming on the street because they've already put their people out there to try to harm people. We have to work strategically. Because if we're going on the street to march, then what happened in Lagos will happen again. And did they hold anybody accountable? Did any military person go to jail for opening fire on innocent citizens, even when they were waving their flags? So let's sit back, just like you said earlier. If it's petition, if it's anything that we can do, but let it show that something is being done. But mass gathering right now is not what I would advise because it will lead to more bloodshed. But let's be strategic. Yes, that's all I will say. Thank you very much, host.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my amiable trending gist with Octavia Korra. She's live on Facebook. She's live on YouTube. Guys, do me well by supporting this beautiful princess. Do me well. She's a model extraordinary. She's a beautiful woman with a good heart. Very supportive. Do me well. Support her on Facebook. Support her on YouTube. Go to her channel. Turn up your notification bell so that whenever she goes live or puts out video, you will be able to get the notification. And before I round up, I want to say one thing, and I don't know if I'm going to make it as a plea. If the offense about this election is because Peter Obi might likely be the winner of the election and they don't want an Igbo man to be president, I think if that's the problem, then the agitation for the Biafra should be seeded. They should be able to listen to Biafran people. If you don't want them to be part of you, you might as well let them go. Just like in the time of Israelites, Pharaoh let my people go, let my people go. Pharaoh did not until their first son started dying. That's when they let the Israelites go. It might be the same thing now. If you don't want this guy because it's Igbo, let the Igbos go. Okay, let them go chart their own cause, let them fight their own fight, let them fight at each other. Let them, let them chart their own cause if you don't want them to be part of the country called Nigeria. All right. Having said that, thank you guys for being amazing, all of you. Thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. I was so downcasted, was so discouraged. It was this same trending gist with Octavia Korra that said, left me a voice message. You know what, Oyoyo? Don't give up. Don't feel down. Just come. I will try and be there. She tried to encourage me. I was almost about to write that I'm not gonna do live stream today, but she is very supportive and she came and supported me. Thank you for being here, beautiful. Niger daughter, if we walk in Jesus, it will work in Jesus' name. Amen. No, I like that faith. There is a group of people that gathered under a bridge in Nigeria. They were singing songs, believing God, trusting God for something to happen. The thing is that God, I believe, heard our cries, and he's still hearing. He's still in the business of answering prayers. He asks us to do what? Let our faith be sharpened with our action. The young Nigerians came out in mass and they voted. So God, they have done their part. The rest is left up to God to do. I still believe in miracle. Okay, there is this special miracle I call the 11-hour miracle. Maybe that's what's gonna happen in Nigeria. I don't know, but in my own understanding and my little faith, my faith is very thin about the possibility of something good coming out of this election. My faith is extremely thin. I hope I can have the faith like Niger daughter, but I must be honest with my followers here and my friends. My faith on this Nigerian election is absolutely thin, thinner than a cable. This is charging cable. My faith is thinner than this. So maybe when you bring a strand of hair, how thin the hair is, maybe that's how I'm going to quantify my faith right now. But anyway, I am not God. I can't take his position. He's still God. He can still do what he wants to do. And I hope he comes to the favor of Nigerian citizens. Danny Force, thank you for being here. I love this, your words. Thank you so much. I pity my people over there in Nigeria. May God help all of them. May God help all of them. So, having said all of this, I want to thank all of you for joining me today. I didn't know when I passed my 2-hour mark on live stream, but it's all good. Politics is consuming, and it took all of our time today talking about it. Remember, as you go to bed this night, or maybe it's still your morning, remember to put Nigeria in prayers. Remember to pray for the country. We know what is going on. We've seen it in the news. We are seeing it go playing out, but God still has the final say. And for those of us, especially my type, that our faiths are very thin on the possibility of anything good coming out of this election, may God help us with our faith, okay? May He help us to believe and keep believing and keep hoping for a better Nigeria. Is better Nigeria possible? It is indeed possible if we have faith. All right. So I'll be calling it a day today. You guys are simply amazing. Remember to say a prayer for your country, Nigeria, if you're a Nigerian. And if you're not in Nigeria, please do me
Let me
well.
step down, host, to allow you to round up.
Please,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Still say a prayer for Nigeria, even if you're not a Nigerian. Still pray a prayer. It's motherland, and we wish and have the best of hopes and the best of aspiration for that country to get it better, to be better. So thank you guys for cheering me up, and thank you guys. K Business Podcast. Thank you, amazing brother, amazing supporter. Thank you always. God bless you. Real good for always coming here. Niger daughter, waiting I go do without you. Thank you so much. God go bless you for me. All of you that supported me today. Treasure Gist, all of you. Danny Forces, all of you. Thank you guys for being here. So catch me again on live stream on Thursday, same time on Thursday and earlier on Saturday. I will take my leave now to still believing and still trusting God for a better election. And remember, as you do that, remember that your life is precious and the life of others around you are precious. Remember not to engage in something destructive to even harm other people. Remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And if you're being asked to engage in something that will make another person cry or weep, do tell the person no, it's not right. You know the wrong thing and you know the right thing. At age 7, you're supposed to know what is good and what is bad. If you find yourself being influenced to get involved in something bad, tell them this is bad and I don't want to be involved. Take yourself out of it and stay safe wherever you are. Be well with yourself so that you can be well with others. Until I see you guys on Thursday, thank you for joining me today. And remember to love yourself enough so you can give love to others. Remember to appreciate yourself enough and to be kind enough to yourself so that you can be kind and show kindness towards others. Thank you guys for joining me. And one more thing, remember that kindness is a muscle. Get one. Thank you guys.